Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Breakdown with Hanson and Brown in lockdown. This week, I'm here with my amazing co-host who's curled up in a ball, but not just because he's here on the show, just because he does that.
Just life, man.
Finals are getting to Joe Brown. I'm also here with our special guest of the week, Ben Pavlik. Hi, Ben.
Hi, thanks for having me, guys.
Ben, thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be in the waiting room, and pleasure for you to press admit. That's always such an exciting feeling. I always get such a big rush when I'm let in to the Zoom chat. Oh my God!
Like you think you're gonna get in, but you're not sure. I think Ben is personally, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, Ben. Personally, one of the coolest people on this planet. He is a musician who has been a part of many different bands with different styles of music in each, including a jazz combo, gypsy jazz. He's a part of. Is Big Fans still going right now?
Oh yeah, Big Fans is still going. And,
awesome.
Yeah, that's like I guess pop, like jazz, rock, kind of a little bit of everything. And we're actually coming out with an album.
Hey.
Soon, or like an EP or whatever. But yeah, we got a little project going. So just I'll let you know when that comes out and all that. And Big Fans went on tour in Los Angeles in February. We played 5 shows in Los Angeles, and three of the places were like places to play. Like if you're gonna play in Los Angeles, you play at those places. And it was really scary because we'd always just played for our friends and just in like backyards, and that was great. But to play in LA where everyone's debuting their stuff and showcasing their talents and their work that they've been working on for years, and to get just genuinely positive feedback from people we've never met. And actually we ended up not playing for a lot of people at one gig, but it was like 3 or 4 industry people in the audience.
Whoa.
It was really scary because what impresses them at this point,
Yeah.
Seen it all. So it's like you really had to you couldn't do any tricks. It's just, I'm going to be so brutally honest. And if they don't like it, then there's nothing I can do. But fortunately, they commented on our stage presence the most, because we were having fun and it was obvious. And I think when you're making music or art and it looks undeniably fun, people want to be a part of that. I took a Maine trip in the summer where I drove to Maine alone with all my stuff, and I camped. I slept in my car a couple nights because I couldn't get a camping site, and that was just uncomfortable and not that warm and illegal, because I was like parked overnight, and I went to a hotel parking lot, and like I think someone was kind of onto me, and I had to like move a couple times. So, but yeah, and like that trip, I had nothing. I knew no one to be like, hey, you should check this spot out. It was just me, like getting the balls to talk to someone on the street and be like, yo, like, what's the deal here? And I walked, so I needed money because, you got to pay for gas and food. And
Money's sometimes important. Yeah.
Right. Food was scary because, you have to plan out your food, and you didn't have food. You did not eat. And that's that. Mom's not going to make you a sandwich in the kitchen or whatever. You can't.
Mom wasn't mailing you a sandwich to Maine.
Right. But so when I got to Maine, when I got to Portland, which is the big city that I played in for a couple days, I just walked into a coffee shop. First one I saw, and I was like, "Hey, can I play here?" And they're like, "I don't know, like we do that sometimes, but we don't know you." And I was like, "Okay, here's my EP. You can listen to this, and you can decide if it's something you like, or if it's not, then whatever. I'll walk away." And that's the time to sell. Really, they've decided in like the first 20 seconds, first 10 seconds. Really, they decided. They're like, and fortunately, he liked it enough, or he let me play there, and I played for I think 2 or 3 hours, and I made like $96, which is not that good, but it's also not that bad. That's food money. Something crazy about that. I'm the only French horn player, so they hire 3. So my teacher is hired to play, and then they hire 2 other professionals to fill up the section. And I'm first because I'm a student, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like just give it to the student, like he's like oh well,
I'm paying to be here. I'm paying to go to school here.
Right.
Let's make me first chair."
Right. Like we'll let him have his fun. And second chair dude is probably one of the best French horn players in Chicago right now. He told me, he's like, "Yeah, that note in measure so this blah 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 was a quarter step too high."
And I'm like, quarter step.
And
Get out of here with this. Oh my God, the semitones.
Yeah, and this was like 5 minutes after it happened.
My point of never being the smartest person in a room, there's 2 reasons for that. The first is, if you're not the smartest person in the room, you stand to learn a little bit more, stand to be motivated to work a little bit harder. 2, if you're ever the smartest person in the room, in my opinion, you're going to be very frustrated.
Yeah.
And
so
3,
that's
if you ever get
reason.
in like a survivor scenario where you have to vote someone off, you won't be the top of the pecking. Everyone else is going to want to vote off the smartest person.
Oh, is that how you won Big Brother at Allen
Listen,
Hall?
let's not talk about my accomplishments. That's not what we're here for. We're not here to talk about how great I am.
That was a really boasty way to take what was clearly an underhanded insult.
Listen, Joe, we don't need to talk about how awesome I am.
And wouldn't it be amazing if you didn't even have to pay those college loans? If you could just take on some sort of wacky situation and just like be done with the money altogether. Wouldn't that be great, David?
Yeah, but I mean, we'll talk about that in like 3 minutes.
Really? You're going to push me off to 3 minutes? What do you have to talk about for the next 3 minutes that's so important that you're going to ruin my perfect segue?
I thought we could just not talk for 3 minutes.
Meditate for 3 minutes.
Meditate for 3 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Take 60 seconds to yourself.
I found that people often listen to podcasts for the silence.
I think that when you lose track of time, I think that's meditation.
Yeah.
When you're so involved in something that every little detail needs to be thought out, that's meditation, and you're not thinking about time then, and that's a perfect way to kill time, is losing track of it. Duh. So I don't know why more people aren't doing that and just really taking time for themselves.
It was a brilliant segue.
Loans and whatnot. It is.
We do another segue. Let's set it up. Okay, we were talking about.
Gosh.
We were talking about meditation.
During quarantine and taking all this time to meditate, I think that's one important way of spending your time. I think another important way you can do it is get back to your community and maybe, try to figure out a job you can do while you're, while you have all this free time. And, maybe you'll get paid for that job, and that job will help you pay off your student loans. But what if you didn't have to pay off your student loans?
But what if you didn't have to pay off your student loans?
Bravo.
Like, to experiment with how important your legal name actually is to you.
Okay.
You get all of your student loans paid off, but your first and last name must legally be changed. And the people that are going to decide what your first and last name get legally changed to is going to be a randomly selected focus group of 5 13-year-old boys.
Oh, no. Do I get to meet this focus group beforehand? Like, can I plead with them? Can I bribe them?
Yes, that sounds entertaining. I'd love to. No bribing, but you can state your case to them on why they should be nice to you. I'd love to watch that. The apathy of middle schoolers is amazing in action.
They're all just sitting up there with like their thumbs, and like I'm like, please don't, and they're like,
oh.
no.
You're sitting there like pleading with them, like telling them things about you and this life that you have planned for yourself, and they're like taking notes on stuff to use to torture you. And they're like, all right. These things are important to him. How do we ruin them?
They take a piece of paper and just type weaknesses.
You know what I think would be a funny name for them to give you? I don't know if 13-year-olds would do this because I don't think it's directly mean enough, but to just change your name to like, you're like, all right, all my student loans are going to be paid. You guys get to pick my name. Like, you're getting all your student loans paid just because we're going to pick your name, and then your name becomes like fucking sellout. They just change your name.
You just have to walk around with the label like, yep.
Lazy ass.
Mr. Sellout?
They'd be like, why the hell is your name this? And then I would answer with the question. I'd be like, sorry, how much do you owe in student loans right now?
Yeah. How much do you owe in student loans right now? And they'll be like, I don't know. At least my name's not ball chortling.
Right.